There is a strange paradox about modern life. We have more comfort than any generation in history, more technology, more convenience, more opportunities. And yet, many people feel more restless than ever, more tired, more overwhelmed, more dissatisfied. Why? Why does a world filled with abundance still leave us feeling empty? Most of us grow up believing a simple story, that happiness lies somewhere ahead of us, somewhere beyond the next achievement, the next promotion, the next purchase, the next milestone. We are taught that a successful life is built by accumulating more money, more recognition, more possessions. And for a while, the chase feels exciting. There is motivation in wanting more. The new job feels like progress. The new phone feels exciting. The new house feels like a reward. But something interesting happens along the way. That satisfaction never lasts. The excitement fades, and the mind quietly moves the finish line again, soon. What once felt like success simply becomes normal, and the chase begins again. This is the hidden treadmill of modern life, running harder, but never arriving. The philosopher Epicurus understood something that many people discover only later in life. Happiness does not come from having more. It comes from wanting less. First, this idea sounds like a sacrifice, but in reality, it is a form of freedom. Because when our desires grow endlessly, peace becomes impossible. Think about it. Every new possession asks for attention. Every new commitment asks for time. Every new ambition asks for energy. Slowly, life becomes crowded. Not because life itself is too difficult, but because we are carrying too much. Modern life did not necessarily become heavier. We simply added more weight to it. More expectations, more comparisons, more noise. And eventually the mind begins to feel tired, not from doing too little, but from trying to do everything. So perhaps the real secret of freedom is not found in gaining more control over life. Perhaps it is found in learning to release what is unnecessary. Look around your life for a moment. How many things do you own that rarely serve you? How many obligations fill your calendar simply because you felt you should say yes? How many goals are truly yours? How many were quietly inherited from the expectations of others? Minimalism begins with a very simple shift. Instead of asking, "What else can I add to my life?" it asks, "What can I gently remove?" Because when we remove what is unnecessary, something remarkable happens. Life becomes lighter, the mind becomes clearer, and the moments that once rushed past us begin to slow down. Walk becomes enjoyable. Again, a quiet conversation becomes meaningful. A simple morning becomes peaceful. Because life suddenly became extraordinary. But because our attention is no longer scattered across endless desires, the freedom of wanting less is not about deprivation. It is about clarity. Clarity about what truly deserves a place in your life. Some people imagine minimalism as empty rooms and strict rules, but that is not the heart of it. The heart of minimalism is intentional living. Choosing carefully what deserves your time, your energy, and your attention, and letting the rest fall away. Because the truth is surprisingly simple. The richest life is rarely the one filled with the most things. It is the one filled with the most meaning. And meaning does not require endless accumulation. It often requires thoughtful subtraction. So as you continue through your day, consider a quiet question. Instead of asking what more you need, ask yourself this: what could you want a little less of? Less pressure, less noise, less unnecessary obligation. Because sometimes the doorway to a richer life does not appear when we add more to our lives. Sometimes it appears when we finally discover the quiet freedom of enough.